Have you ever wondered why, even when you're eating what looks like healthy food, your strength still seems to slip away after 50? Not all at once, not dramatically, but slowly, quietly, almost as if your body is no longer listening to you. You follow senior health tips. You stay mindful of your diet. You try to maintain a healthy lifestyle, just like every expert recommends. And yet something doesn't add up. Muscles feel softer, movements feel heavier, recovery takes longer than it used to. Most people assume this is just part of aging. But what if that belief is quietly misleading you? What if the real issue isn't how much you're eating, but how your body is responding to what you eat? Because what many people in senior health and senior wellness communities don't realize is after a certain age, your body doesn't just lose strength. It changes the way it builds it. And this is where things begin to shift in a way most people never see coming. Before we go further, please note the information provided in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a licensed healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, exercise, medication, or lifestyle, especially if you have pre-existing health conditions. Do not disregard professional medical advice based on the content of this video. Now, here's the part that changes everything. What if the foods you've trusted for years are no longer giving your body the signal it needs to stay strong? Number one, the hidden trigger of muscle loss after 50V. It's not aging, it's resistance inside your cells. Most people think muscle loss after 50 is simply a natural part of aging, something unavoidable that happens no matter how healthy your lifestyle is. But research suggests the real issue goes much deeper into the microscopic environment of your muscle cells. What's really happening here is something called anabolic resistance. In simple terms, your muscles become less responsive to the very nutrients that once helped them grow and repair. When you were younger, even moderate amounts of protein could easily stimulate muscle protein synthesis, the process responsible for maintaining strength. But as you age, this response becomes weaker. This means your body may still be receiving protein, but it's no longer reacting to it in the same way. And this is where many people in senior health and healthy living routines unknowingly struggle. They continue eating similar portions, similar foods, following familiar health tips, yet their muscles gradually decline. Studies suggest this resistance is linked to changes in hormone signaling, reduced blood flow to muscle tissue, and decreased sensitivity to key amino acids like leucine. It's not just about intake anymore, it's about activation. Sometimes it's not just physical decline people experience, it's a communication breakdown within the body. The signal to rebuild muscle becomes weaker, slower, less efficient. And over time, that silent resistance begins to shape how strength is lost, not suddenly, but steadily from the inside out. Number two, why eggs act like a biological on switch for muscle repair. Eggs are often seen as one of the most simple and familiar foods in a healthy diet, especially within senior health and healthy everyday routines. But what's really happening inside the body when you eat an egg is far more sophisticated than most people realize. At the center of this is a specific amino acid called leucine. Leucine plays a unique role in the body. It doesn't just provide building material for muscle, it acts more like a signal. Research suggests leucine activates a pathway known as mTOR, which is directly involved in initiating muscle protein synthesis. This is the biological process your body uses to repair damaged muscle fibers and build new ones. In younger individuals, this system works efficiently. Even moderate protein intake can activate this pathway. But as the body ages, this signaling becomes less sensitive. The same amount of protein no longer produces the same response. This is where eggs begin to stand out. Eggs contain a highly bioavailable form of protein, meaning the body can absorb and utilize it efficiently. More importantly, they provide a concentrated amount of leucine, which may help overcome part of that reduced sensitivity seen in older adults. What most people don't realize is that not all proteins are equal in how they communicate with your body. Some simply pass through as nutrients, others send a message. And eggs are among the few everyday foods that can do both effectively. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The structure of egg protein, often referred to as a complete protein, contains all 9 essential amino acids in proportions that closely match what the human body needs. This balance may support more efficient muscle repair compared to incomplete protein sources. In the context of senior wellness, this becomes especially relevant because many elderly individuals are not necessarily lacking protein in their diet. They're lacking effective protein signaling. Sometimes it's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. And eggs naturally fit into that shift without requiring extreme dietary changes. There's also another layer that often goes unnoticed. Eggs contain nutrients like choline and vitamin B12, which may support nerve function and brain to muscle communication. This connection is critical because muscle strength isn't just about muscle size. It's about how effectively your nervous system can activate those muscles. I often see individuals who maintain decent muscle mass yet still feel weak. In many cases, the issue isn't purely muscular, it's neurological. And this is where foods like eggs may play a supportive role beyond basic nutrition. Studies suggest that maintaining this neuromuscular connection becomes increasingly important with age, especially as coordination and response time begin to change. So when you look at eggs through this lens, they're no longer just a breakfast food. They become part of a larger biological conversation inside the body. A signal, a trigger, a support system. And in the quiet, gradual process of maintaining strength after 50, sometimes it's these small, consistent signals that make the biggest difference over time. Number 3, the inflammation barrier, how omega-3s quietly reopen muscle growth pathways. When people think about muscle loss, they often focus on protein or exercise or simply getting older. But there's another layer that operates quietly in the background, especially in senior health and elderly populations. It's inflammation, not the kind you feel after an injury, but a low-grade, persistent form that builds slowly over time. Many people experience it without ever realizing it's there. It doesn't always cause pain. It doesn't always show obvious symptoms. But internally, it can begin to influence how your body responds to nutrients, movement, and recovery. What's really happening here is that chronic inflammation may interfere with the body's ability to properly activate muscle repair processes. Research suggests that inflammatory signals in the body can disrupt pathways like mTOR, the same pathway responsible for triggering muscle protein synthesis. So even if you're consuming enough protein, even if you're following healthy living habits, the signal to rebuild muscle may not fully activate. This creates a kind of internal resistance, not because your body lacks nutrients, but because the environment inside your body is no longer optimized to use them effectively. And this is where omega-3 fatty acids begin to play a subtle but important role. Found in foods like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, omega-3s are not just nutrients, they act as regulators within the body. Studies suggest they may help reduce inflammatory markers and support a more balanced internal environment. But here's where it gets interesting. Omega-3s don't build muscle directly. Instead, they may help remove the barriers that prevent muscle from being built. It's a quiet effect, not dramatic, not immediate, but biologically meaningful. By influencing cell membrane function and signaling pathways, omega-3 fatty acids may improve how muscle cells respond to anabolic signals like protein and amino acids. In other words, they may help your body hear the message again. This becomes especially important after 50 when inflammation tends to increase due to changes in metabolism, immune function, and lifestyle factors. Sometimes it's not just about adding more nutrients, it's about restoring balance, and balance is what allows the body to function the way it was designed to. There's also evidence suggesting that omega-3s may support blood flow to muscle tissue. This matters because nutrients don't just need to be consumed, they need to be delivered efficiently to the cells that require them. If circulation is reduced, even the best nutrition may not reach its full potential. I often see individuals who are eating well, staying active, following senior health tips, yet still experiencing gradual weakness. In many cases, it's not a lack of effort. It's a hidden layer of physiological resistance, and inflammation is often part of that story. So when you look at omega-3 rich foods within the context of healthy everyday living, they become more than just heart supportive nutrients. They become part of an internal recalibration, a way of gently shifting the body back toward a state where repair, recovery, and strength can occur more naturally, because sometimes the key to rebuilding strength isn't pushing harder, it's removing what's quietly holding your body back. Number 4, it's not just what you eat, it's what your body can absorb. In many senior health conversations, the focus is almost always on what to eat: more protein, more healthy food, better choices. But what often goes unnoticed is a quieter, more complex issue: absorption. Because what's really happening in the body after 50 is not just a change in appetite or metabolism, it's a shift in how efficiently nutrients are broken down, absorbed, and actually used. Many people in senior wellness routines are already consuming enough protein. On paper, everything looks right, but research suggests that aging can alter digestive function, enzyme production, and even the balance of gut bacteria, all of which influence how well your body extracts and utilizes nutrients. This means you could be eating the right foods, but still not getting the full benefit. And this is where foods like Greek yogurt begin to play a deeper role in healthy everyday living. Greek yogurt contains not only high quality protein, but also beneficial probiotics, live bacteria that may support gut health. Studies suggest a balanced gut microbiome can improve nutrient absorption, reduce inflammation, and enhance metabolic efficiency. But here's where it becomes meaningful. It's not just about digestion, it's about transformation, turning food into usable energy, turning protein into muscle, turning intention into results. Sometimes the missing link isn't effort, it's internal efficiency. And when that begins to improve, even small dietary choices can start to feel more powerful. Because in the end, strength isn't just built by what you eat, but by what your body can truly receive. And if this perspective helped you see your health in a new way, stay with me, subscribe, and let's continue uncovering what your body has been trying to tell you all along. Signing off.